Still to come this morning, pumping up your yoga. Dr. Sanjay Gupta works up a sweat to show us a popular new exercise routine. We'll explain just ahead as American Morning continues.
Also, yoga with barbells. Sanjay talks about it today, the latest thing in exercise classes. It's called iron yoga. The good doctor gave it a good try. We'll see how he liked it. We'll see how he did, too. So stay tuned for Sanjay.
See if he's sore from that.
Yeah. And Sanjay was out looking for a demanding new workout. He found one, iron yoga. Still to come here after this.
If you're looking to beef up your workout, iron yoga provides a weighty challenge. Recently, Dr. Sanjay Gupta joined a class to give the popular and demanding routine a try, and he joins us this morning from CNN Center with all the details for us. Sanjay, we saw a little bit of you in that. It looks kind of hard. You look good, but it looks hard.
Well, thank you. You know, yoga, it can be hard enough as it is. I mean, anybody that's never tried it before, it can be very challenging. But add weights to it, and it becomes one of the most challenging workouts you've ever had. But here's the thing. The payoffs can be tremendous.
Tree pose with military press and hammer curls. Familiar sounds you'll hear in a not-so-familiar yoga class. In this New York Health and Racquet Club, the ancient art of yoga is pumped up. I decided to take the challenge. And as I found, it doesn't take long to work up a sweat.
With your left foot and leg, take a long step back, at least one leg length apart.
Combining weights with yoga is the idea of nationally ranked triathlete Anthony Carillo. He was the first to use weights with familiar yoga poses. Like many well-trained athletes, he wanted to challenge himself even further.
I was in a Warrior 2 pose that we did today in class. And as I'm in this pose, I'm thinking, okay, what weight training exercise that I normally do in the weight room can I add to Warrior 2? So it just made sense that if I'm holding dumbbells, one arm could do a lateral raise and the other arm could do a bicep curl.
Carillo started the Pump Up Yoga over a year ago, and these days similar programs are popping up all around the country. Dozens of health clubs have begun offering yoga classes with weights, bands, balls, and other resistance tools, all designed to draw a wider range of participants.
Some people who are very serious into the weight training and circuit training and body sculpting, they sometimes feel that a yoga class won't give them the challenge. And I think now with this new dimension of adding dumbbells and weight training exercises to yoga, it's been able to attract that audience.
Well, I was definitely ready to cool down after that, but it can be a very challenging thing. The thing that sort of struck me the most, Soledad, was the core muscles. They have this plank pose where you're sort of doing this modified push-up, and your core muscles just feel solid. I did it a few times and felt really good.
But of course, Sanjay, all of this is completely counterintuitive to what yoga is supposed to be about, right? You know, the internal, relaxing, meditating, right?
I asked that same...
Go ahead.
I asked the same question because, you know, the yoga purists out there are probably watching saying, wait a second, how can you add weights to yoga? It is all those things that you said. But in fact, it is for people who want to sort of add an extra dimension to their yoga workout. If you want to also, you know, yoga's for toning. It can do a lot of balance type exercise as well. But if you want to add some weights to it to give yourself some more strength, there's an option for you.
So you think this is something you could do at home by yourself as opposed to trying to find a club where they're offering this?
I think that probably at least the first few times you do something like this, it's not as simple as just picking up some weights and doing the same yoga poses with the weights, because the risk of injury is certainly there. You have to do these things very slowly. It's probably best to go to a gym first time, talk to someone who actually does this, either get a video or a book. It's really catching on, Soledad, so there are a lot of books and videos out there, a lot of gyms now offering this. At least the first few times, do it with someone who is trained so you don't hurt yourself.
All right, Sanjay Gupta, you look much healthier and much more muscular this morning. Bill and I were talking about that earlier, so it's working.
The
Stay with it.
complexion, too,
And the
right?
complexion, yes, it's fantastic. Thanks, Sanjay.